In today's video, we're gonna take a look at some of the new Blender add-ons, as well as some really interesting updates for the ones that we already use. These add-ons will help you with different stuff, like hard surface modeling, rendering, effects, and more. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first add-on we have on our list is About Rendering, and it is called Simply Render Flow. The add-on will help you with the rendering workflow, but it won't speed up your renders as many other add-ons do. Rather, it will help you more with the entire workflow and the process of rendering with Blender Cycles and Eevee by providing a range of different features that enhance both speed and image management, which is cool and can be useful for a lot of people. The add-on will help you also with other various tasks, such as adding objects to collections, setting up the camera to fit the needed object, also the ability to set up export folder path and file format for each render and save, in addition to integrating compatible images for 5 objects which are marked as assets. So with the help of this add-on, you can render objects from a chosen collection in a queue, allowing you to effectively manage the resulting image and incorporate it into your project or asset browser thumbnails. You can also render the desired objects and automatically replace the thumbnail image in the specified folder. Additionally, Simply Render Flow allows you to create material assets for a chosen object, and you can render them quickly to efficiently visualize and assess different material options. Furthermore, you can choose from a variety of render presets to optimize the speed and the quality of the render, while also optimizing rendering parameters and time allocations to ensure effective resource utilization. Furthermore, you can check the pre-calculated estimated render time in the statistics to help you schedule your tasks. This add-on has many other features, so make sure to take a look at it. Next up, we have an update for the Cloudscapes add-on from B-Production. I think most of you guys already know what this add-on is, or at least have heard of it because it made huge waves recently. But if you don't know what it is, well, Cloudscapes is a Blender add-on that has a big library containing photorealistic 3D volumetric clouds in VDB format. All the clouds are hyper-realistic and they are compatible with both Blender Cycles and Eevee, as well as with Blender's asset browser. The add-on also comes with a shader for the clouds, which is very simple to use and allows you to optimize your clouds as much as you want. You can also add clouds to your viewport by simply dragging and dropping them there. The great thing is, 29 cloud ecosystems can be added to your scene with just one click, because the add-on is highly compatible with Geoscatter. There are also other new features in this update other than the addition of the new library assets, because there are more than 180 new clouds and 8 new categories, bringing the total number of clouds to 395 divided into 18 different categories. So as you can see, this update brought a lot of things and added a lot of value to the add-on. Another update that we're gonna cover today is all about Zensets add-on. It is the 2.2 version of the add-on, and it came with some cool changes and bug fixes. The add-on might not be familiar to you, so I will just quickly tell you what it is. The Zensets add-on allows you to create, manage, and view custom vertex groups based on the selections of objects, collections, and mesh elements, as well as native vertex groups, face maps, and Zensets groups. I hope this makes sense. The add-on also allows you to save vertices, edges, faces, and other object selections so you can access it at any time. And you can modify and display groups, and you can do this by color in the viewport and the UV editor, which makes things a lot easier. So basically, it facilitates a lot of tasks for you and gives you better control over vertex groups. In addition to that, it has various features like multi-object support for all the groups, a workspace tool for fast switching between Zensets groups, and more. The add-on came with some interesting stuff. The interface has improved, and it is now more compact and well organized. There is also a new object panel that shows the active group no matter its collection sets or part groups, and you can now put all the objects that appear on the camera frame in a new group. Additionally, you can also assign materials to groups, select object collections, and much more. And if you want to make your modeling game even better, we have Curve Machine. The add-on from Machine has just released its first update for the Curves add-on. I know, we have lots of updates on today's video, but trust me, all the updates are for high-quality add-ons that deserve to be on this list, and most importantly, updates that you need to know about. So, the Curve Machine add-on has many features that help you deal with curves. For example, you can create, edit, or undo curve radii or non-circular blends. You can add a single point polycurve at the cursor's location to quickly start extruding a curve. And you can also connect two splines and many more. This update didn't come with any new features. It only came with some bug fixes, and it now provides support for the add-on to work with Blender 3.6. Machine also has other important add-ons, especially for hard surface modeling, like Mesh Machine, which are extremely important if you want to join the game of hard surface modeling, since they provide cool features and they are one of the essential Blender add-ons that I highly recommend. Now we're gonna talk about an add-on that does a completely different thing. This is actually a new add-on called Real Pixels, which was just released by the popular YouTuber Polyfjord. It is essentially a shader that allows you to add your own image or video to the screen, and it is highly customizable. It has 5 photorealistic presets, including OLED, LCD X01, LCD Standard, LCD Television, and LCD PC. When you want to add an old and vintage look to your renders, the Real Pixels add-on will be very helpful, and is gonna be useful also if you just want a realistic screen for your 3D projects. And the good thing about the add-on is that you can adjust a lot of different settings, including the resolution, softness, ratio of the black area, height and roundness of the LED, and many others. Additionally, it offers features like pixel line, scanline, dead pixels, and pixel flicker that let you mimic the characteristics of a vintage screen. Now, if you are a fan of traditional art, then this add-on is gonna be great for you. The Blender Paint Filter add-on has also got a recent update. This is the second version of the add-on, and it came with some exciting changes and new features. The add-on gives a painting effect to your renders, allowing you to create spectacular pieces of artwork, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or a professional artist. The filter can be assigned to any object in your scene, and you can also apply this filter to animations as well. It looks very realistic, since it has photo-scanned realistic brush strokes and it has a live feed view with the Eevee engine. The add-on is very easy to use, as you might expect, and once your scene collection and camera are put into the geometry nodes, you will see a plane appear in front of the camera that will reflect the scene you have behind it. By the way, there are several changes and new features that came with this update. For example, your animations right now will be much less jerky and more consistent thanks to the enhanced frame-to-frame transition. There are also new advanced camera settings, so it can now work much better with high and low field of view settings. Also now, your line art has crease angle support, allowing you to add additional edges and improve your painting's overall quality. And by choosing the minimum and maximum stroke scales, you can control the level of detail in the painting. Also, as you modify the scale, the stroke density will be automatically changed. And in order to better control which parts will be more detailed and which parts will be more abstract, a new parameter called stroke threshold controls the line between the minimum and maximum stroke scale. And you can also modify the stroke density as well. As I said before, this add-on has now many features and new updates, and if you want to take a look at the full feature list, you can do so by going to the add-ons page. Also guys, if you are interested in one of these add-ons, you will find all the necessary links in the description. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you guys very much for watching again, and I will see you in the next one.